Welcome back to Frontline News. I'm Sasha Lee Hamilton. It's now time for Frontline Business. Moody's ratings agency on Wednesday upgraded the government of Jamaica's long-term issuer and senior unsecured ratings to B2 from B3, with an outlook of stable. O'Shane Masters has the details in this report.
Moody's said the rating upgrade reflected the Jamaican government's steady track record of improved fiscal policy management. It believes this was achieved through a resolute commitment to fiscal consolidation, which helped in sustaining continued improvements in the country's economic resilience and debt ratios. It noted that key structural reforms to strengthen Jamaica's macroeconomic framework, particularly the move to inflation targeting that enabled the Bank of Jamaica to ease monetary policy, stimulating demand for credit and supporting a pickup in credit growth, also contributed to the upgrade. Moody's further noted that the change in outlook from positive to stable was based on expectations that these macroeconomic and debt dynamic improvements will be sustained. Minister of Finance and the Public Service Dr. Nigel Clark said the government is pleased with Jamaica's credit rating upgrade, saying it underscored the government's commitment to sustained economic reform. O'Shane Masters for Frontline Business.
The Agriculture Ministry is this afternoon being called upon to pay greater attention to the country's coffee industry. This as there has been a fall in coffee exports and a decline in the price it fetches. Gabriel Thompson tells us more.
Since this year, the Coffee Exporters Association had been calling for a fund to be established to ease the fallout in the sector. That call is now being echoed by the association's head, Norman Grant. Speaking at the inaugural awards banquet, chairman of the Jamaica Coffee Exporters Association, Mr. Grant, called for some $150 million to be allocated from the budget of the Agriculture Ministry to the coffee farming sector annually.
It is important because the coffee sector have over 5,000 farmers, supports 102,000 farm families. It generates $15 million in export, down from the 25 million some 4 years ago. With this kind of investment, Minister, we could see export from the sector climbing over the next 5 years to over $50 million.
He says this would help with input costs for coffee farmers and the loss of revenue due to a shortfall in the export of coffee. Mr. Grant believes this should be in place until the sector rebounds. Mr. Grant is also calling for a cess on green bean coffee imports as well as a cess on roasting beans to create a double taxation regime. He says this will benefit the industry by using the funds raised to provide input and price support for local coffee farmers. But Agriculture Minister Audley Shaw is questioning why there is a decline in the local production of coffee while globally the sector is booming.
How can the coffee industry be growing globally, but in Jamaica, that has the finest coffee in the world, is in decline? That don't make sense at all.
Mr. Shaw also noted that the government is seeking to improve on the quality of coffee beans by improving the infrastructure in areas where it's grown. This will be done through a $100 million grant from the Chinese government.
Road infrastructure, access infrastructure, so that we can build out better and higher quality production of Blue Mountain coffee. We're working on that project right now.
Gabrielle Thompson, Frontline Business.
In Thursday's trading session, the JSE Combined Index closed at under 500,000 units. Overall market activity resulted from trading in 91 stocks, of which 30 advanced, 25 declined, and 36 traded firm. The junior market index advanced by 31 points to close at over 3,000 points. Stocks advanced for AMG Packaging and Paper, Berita Investments, Blue Power Group, Carreras, and Consolidated Bakeries. Stocks declined for 1834 Investments, Access Financial, Caribbean Cement, Siboney Group, and Elite Diagnostic. Trading firm were 138 Student Living, Jetcon Corporation, JMMB Group Limited, MPC Caribbean Clean Energy, and Sagicor Select Funds. Proven Investments Limited, USD, was the volume leader with just over 5 million units, followed by Mailpac Group Limited with 3.7 million units and JMMB Group Limited with over 3 million units. And news in oil. Oil prices rose on Thursday, recouping some of the previous session's losses after OPEC forecast a supply deficit next year and the U.S. Federal Reserve said the economic outlook was favorable. Brent crude futures gained 45 cents to $64.17 a barrel. West Texas Intermediate WTI crude futures gained 30 cents to $59.06 a barrel. And that's it for Frontline Business. I'm Sasha Lee Hamilton. Pleasant viewing.